Place is there, and the date is Saturday, November 9th, 2024, at about 5 p.m. I'm working on this Van Halen sort of like little table here for like my guitar picks, you know. I have my morning when I play my morning coffee while I have my morning coffee in front of the TV, but I never have a place to put my coffee and my picks. I'm always leaning forward, so something on the side here. A lot of times I just use a bucket or something size of my knee, but you know, or whatever. But I wanted something a little more classier. So basically, I got this sort of little table here, and I resurfaced the top because the top was, I had it outside for a while, so the top got delaminated with the weather, so I put this sheet of masonite on, which was actually a really, really good thing. I drilled it on with some wood screws here, but it was a really good thing that I used masonite, raw masonite, because after a couple of days of staring at it, I said, I gotta paint this sucker. And the black acrylic paint, the matte black paint, soaks into the raw wood, as opposed to, say, if it was clear coated, I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be able to slice into it because the paint would have nothing to grab to. So when I would have to be very careful when I sliced the masking tape here. If I pull it, it would just peel the paint back up. So all the stars aligned on this particular one. So I was looking at it. I was like, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna put the Van Halen logo. Which Van Halen logo? The classic one, or this sort of swirly one here that's more, I guess, from 1986 on. And I said, no. I'm a Sammy Hagar Van Halen, because something about 150, and then OU812, and then FUCK, and then the Balance album, that it just perfection to me. I don't really know much of Dave. I'm not really impressed with Dave singing in any way, shape, or form. But the tone of those albums, I know there's a lot of criticism. They became Journey or whatever. They became corporate rock. I do not care, man. 5150, when I heard that for the first time in 1986, I guess it was, in Todd Kalaszy's driveway on 16th Avenue. He was washing, I remember it was a summer day. They were washing the car, and his brother Chad was playing that on the Ghetto Blaster. And then he had the actual concert footage too, maybe a year later, of the Live Without a Net in his, I guess, the father's man cave, but bleeding over to the man cave was, I guess, the place for the kids, Chad and Todd, sort of rec room to watch TV, this sort of like apartment-sized strip, you know, in his basement he had the strip, and then was something here, and I guess there was some storage food here, and then there was the father's office here. You go into the father's office, and it was like a study, you know, and it had the bookshelves, I remember, the nice desk. What does Will Ferrell say? Many leather-bound books. And then Todd took me up to his bedroom, and he showed me a real guitar. The first guitar I ever seen in my life, and he pulled it from underneath his bed, and he opened up the case, and you heard like the hydraulic Ark of the Covenant sound. And there it was, a real guitar, and I was like, oh, yeah, let me, you know, yeah, you want to play it, and oh, wow, it was just so magical to me. And you know, I'm not a really good guitar player. I know chords and stuff like that, but music, you know, even though I kind of know how it's done now a little bit, at the time I didn't know how music was. I didn't know anything about it. I mean, you might as well have told me it came from fucking Saturn or something like that. You know, how is music made? I don't have no idea. I just know I like it. So I kind of know it's simplicity now, or of course it spans from simple to extremely technical with your Malmsteens and things like that. But now that I sort of, you know, take a song like, I don't know, like Let It Be by the Beatles, which is, you know, your standard, I think it's let's C or A, B. I think it's the same chord structure as Don't Cry by Guns N' Roses. That's, you know, that goes to A and then C and then F and then G. There's a G in there. Sort of that progression. So you can see how songs are pretty simple structured. Now, having said that, if you can write a good song, hey, you're a better man than I am, because, you know, just because you know that those chord structures, it ain't easy to write a fucking song, I can tell you that. I can tell you that. So, musicians, some of them don't even age well. I don't want to hear Bon Jovi sing anymore. I don't want to see him like that. I don't want to see him in his current form. But in his prime, he was the shit, Bon Jovi. In his prime, 24 years old, whatever. You know, even your dirty heavy metal heads, you know, really not a good-looking guy. But if they're an amazing artist, you take Fate's Warning in their prime. You know, just look like a bunch of greasy high school kids. But then you hear a song like Point of View. What's that song there? Silent Cries. Oh my God! These fucking nerdy high school kids with their mullets, and you got this God sound coming out of the amplifiers, or the music video in this particular case. And the virtuoso vocal box of that particular singer. His name's not coming to mind. I mean, that guy can fucking sing. So music is magical to me. It's just magical, you know. Like, I'm impressed if you can become a millionaire, but with singing, you know, singing. You know, either you got it or you don't, as far as I'm concerned, especially with singing. You know, I think you know, like, guitar, you could probably, yeah. There's a lot of reasons why a guitar player is very good. You know, they have genetic, they're genetically set up that way. The young man, the 15-year-old, whatever, the 13-year-old, he's genetically set up like that. He's driven to practice 8 hours a day, whatever it is, the time in history, the library to draw from, you know. So that's something like, you know, yeah, there's I would argue a huge natural talent component involved as well. But singing, to me, personally singing, either you got it or you don't. And the guy from Fate's Warning, Ray Adler, I think his name is. Michael Kiske from Halloween. You know, those guys, you know, it's no denying it, undeniable. Their vocal box are touched by God, for sure. For sure. They just sound good singing. Some people can sing, like, say, well, I shouldn't. You know, I've said I'm not gonna be mean online anymore. I'm not gonna be mean. But some people who can sing technically, their voice, I could take it or leave it. I could take it or leave it. Okay, I'll be mean. I'll be mean in one case. Christina Aguilera. I can't fucking stand her voice. Her voice is like nails on a chalkboard to me. But that's it. But I'm not gonna insult anybody else. Okay, people. Just wanted to document a bit of this. So what's going to happen next is I'm going to take the... I've been doing this technique since high school. So this is very, very... I don't want to say easy for me because you have to earn everything, but it's I don't have to think about this technique. But since I'm not going to have a problem with the paint peeling off, back in the past, high school, I used spray paint. No, not anymore. I like the texture of... so I'll take some white paint. I wanted to do it gold, but when you peel off the masking tape with certain paints, it creates a sheet of plastic and it's just going to peel off. But this white acrylic from the dollar store, it's not going to form a latex ridge. So, but gold paint, it has those properties where it would just adhere to the tape, and it would peel the tape off, and it would peel the gold tape negative as well. Take care, everybody.